Hello learners, welcome to the video on machine learning operations. It is also called MLOps. My agenda is to cover what is machine learning operations, why MLOps, how DevOps turned into MLOps, machine learning pipeline, machine learning development lifecycle, case studies, industry shift from MLOps to ModelOps, and statistics about ModelOps. So let's start with what is MLOps. So if I put the definition of machine learning operations in a single line, then it is enabling machine learning applications in production at scale. Through 2023, at least 50% of IT leaders will scuffer to move their AI predictive projects from proof of concept to production maturity. Let's understand why MLOps and the challenges of machine learning operations. Most of the machine learning research is focused around development and training of novel machine learning models and algorithms. Machine learning operations came into existence because it is still difficult to move from prototype to production. Let's understand the few challenges of machine learning operations. Machine learning models are data dependent. Due to very fast moving world, data is changing at very fast pace. Hence, there is a need to improve machine learning models for better prediction and accuracy. There is a team of developers, engineers, and data scientists who deploy machine learning models in production, and collaboration among team members is a cumbersome task. Usually, data science teams work in a silo separately from engineering, development, and DevOps team, who are responsible for converting manual process of model training and updation into production-ready machine learning pipelines. Machine learning models are transformal piece of codes which can predict from historical data by providing more accurate inferences, predictions, and recommendations to lead business solutions. But they itself are very smart part of big ecosystem. So to deploy a machine learning code, we need various services managed by different team members. Okay, next is building a machine learning model is just an initial step. The biggest effort goes into making each element production ready, including data collection, preparation, training, serving and monitoring, and enabling each element to run repeatedly with minimal user intervention. So it takes only few weeks to develop a machine learning model by a data scientist or a developer. Then it takes months to deploy that machine learning model into production because it requires following steps such as packaging, scaling it out, tuning, instrumenting, and automating the process, which also covers CI/CD pipelines, workflows, and alpha beta testing. Let's understand how DevOps turned into MLOps. The DevOps process flow is all about agility and automation. Each phase in the DevOps lifecycle focuses on closing the loop between development and operations and driving production to continuous deployment, integration, testing, monitoring, and feedback, delivery, and deployment. Machine learning models need continuous improvement for better prediction and accuracy. So, the integration of DevOps operations with machine learning lifecycle results in MLOps. So, the characteristics of MLOps are continuous improvement in machine learning models, continuous model management, continuous integration, continuous monitoring and feedback, continuous delivery and deployment. So, let's understand manual machine learning pipeline. Many teams have data scientists and machine learning researchers who can build state of the art models, but their process of building and deploying machine learning models is entirely manual. This is considered the basic level of maturity or level 0. So let's understand the diagram of it. Initially, we have offline data, and then this data is fed into machine learning experiments. Here, every step is manual, including data analysis, data preparation, model training, and validation. It requires manual execution of each step and manual transition from one step to another. There is a disconnection between machine learning team and operations team. The process separate data scientists who can create the model and engineers who serve the model as a prediction service. There are infrequent release iterations. The process assumes that data science team manages few models and don't change frequently, either changing model implementation or retraining the model with new data. A new model version is deployed only a couple of times per year. There are no CI/CD pipelines because few implementation changes are assumed. Continuous integration is ignored. Usually, testing the code is a part of notebooks or script execution. And there is no continuous delivery because there are not frequent model version deployments. So, continuous delivery can't be considered. So, in this process, it is only concerned with deploying the trained model as a prediction service. For example, a microservice with a REST API rather than deploying an entire machine learning system. So, to incorporate these shortcomings, let's study machine learning pipeline for continuous training. So, this is the pipeline for continuous training. So, here we have orchestrated experiment and automated pipeline for batch fetching. So, let's understand the characteristics of this kind of machine learning pipeline for continuous testing purpose. Here, the rapid experiments take place. It means the steps of machine learning experiments are orchestrated. The transition between steps is automated, which leads to rapid iteration of experiments and better readiness to move the whole pipeline to production. Continuous testing of model in production. The model is automatically trained. Here, the steps of machine learning experiment are orchestrated. The transition between steps is automated, which leads to rapid iteration of experiments and better readiness to move the whole pipeline to production. The model is automatically trained in production using fresh data based on live pipeline triggers. There is experimental operational symmetry. It means the pipeline implementation that is used in the development or experiment environment is used in the pre-production and production environment, which is the key aspect of MLOps practice for unifying DevOps. To construct ML pipelines, components need to be reusable, composable, and potentially shareable across machine learning pipeline. It also supports continuous delivery of models. A machine learning pipeline in production continuously delivers prediction services to new models that are trained on new data. The model deployment step, which serves the trained and validated model as a prediction service for online prediction, is automated here. So, in the manual machine learning pipeline, we have trained a model as a prediction service to production. But here we can deploy a whole training pipeline which automatically and recurrently runs to serve the trained model as a prediction service. So if we want to incorporate CI/CD pipeline to machine learning automation, let's understand the following diagram. So this pipeline is very different from the old one because it incorporates continuous integration and continuous delivery. For rapid and reliable update of pipeline in production, we need a robust automated CI/CD system. This automated CI/CD system lets our data scientists rapidly explore new ideas around feature engineering, model architecture, and hyperparameters. So they can implement these ideas and automatically build, test, and deploy the new pipeline components to target environment. So this kind of CI/CD pipeline based machine learning automated system include the following components such as source control, test and build services, deployment services, model registry, feature store, machine learning metadata store, ML pipeline orchestrator. In this setup, the pipeline and its component are built, tested and packaged when new code is committed or pushed to the source code repository. Beside building packages, container images, and executables, continuous integration process can include unit testing of feature engineering logic, testing how model training converges, testing the model training doesn't produce any NaN values due to dividing by zero and manipulating small or large values, and also integration testing between pipeline components. Then under continuous delivery, our system continuously delivers new pipeline implementations to the target environment that in turn delivers prediction services of newly trained models. For rapid and reliable continuous delivery of pipelines and models, we need to verify the compatibility of the model with the target infrastructure before model deployment. The prediction service by calling service API with expected inputs and making sure that we get the expected response. Testing a prediction service involves load testing to capture the matrices such as queries per second and model latency. So these are the characteristics of this kind of CI/CD machine learning pipelines. Many companies are implementing these kinds of pipeline in today's scenario for better integration, model training, tuning, and continuous delivery. Let's understand machine learning development lifecycle. So let's understand the architecture to operationalize machine learning development lifecycle. So here we have source data that can be structured, semi-structured or unstructured, and we can also have streaming data. Then we have data integration with batch data integration, real-time stream ingestion and message broking. So these all steps comes under data acquisition. Then there is a team of data engineers who takes care of data engineering, model engineering and model training. Then there are ML architects or ML engineers team who looks into model management system which considers model registry, model manifestation, model deployment and model monitoring. So they produce a candidate model and some monitoring data which is captured during model monitoring. Then there is a team of business intelligence developers who looks into application deployment that comprises of machine learning deployment targets such as who are the potential customers for this kind of machine learning models. The team of business intelligence developers analyzes business intelligence and deployment. So, according to user feedback, new data is generated, which is utilized for retraining and tuning the machine learning model by a team of machine learning architects or engineers. So, let's understand the case studies of MLOps, who are the leading companies who has adopted machine learning operations. So first case study includes Deloitte tax automation using artificial intelligence and machine learning. They have used Cortical AutoML to automate their whole machine learning pipeline where artificial intelligence makes the prediction, user corrects or accepts with low confidence predictions, then data is fed back into cortical system which creates new models including correction data and makes the model smarter. Then that inference is fed into business defined acceptability test and deploying new models for prediction tasks. After enabling MLOps in their system by using cortical services, they have achieved the accuracy of 90% with 50% faster productivity within a duration of 6 months. So next company is GreenStim. So this company provides software solutions for marine industry that help in reducing fuel usage. The business problem is that they have to deal with more and more data, finding more edge cases. They have also observed a data drift. So then they applied this kind of MLOps tool stack in their organization, which comprises of pipelines, cloud services, environment management, source code, deployment environment management, CI/CD pipeline implementation using Jenkins, experimentation tracking, model testing and approval using their custom built solutions, code quality, checking the testing the code quality, monitoring, model serving, and also they've used ML stack frameworks for model creations. So nowadays companies are not only employing the machine learning models into their system, they are also applying artificial intelligence, all kind of artificial intelligence so into their systems. So there is an industry shift from machine learning operations to model ops. ML ops deals with the operationalization of machine learning models, whereas model ops refers to the operationalization of all AI models. So if we go by the definition, then model ops is primarily focused on governance and life cycle management of AI and decision models including machine learning, knowledge graphs, rules, optimization, linguistic and agent based models. The core capabilities of model ops include the management of a model development environments, model repository, champion challenger testing, model rollout or rollback and CI/CD integration. Model ops enables the retuning, retraining, or rebuilding of artificial intelligence models, providing an uninterrupted flow between the development, operationalization, and maintenance of models within AI based systems. Model ops provide business domain experts autonomy to assess the quality of AI models in production and facilitates the ability to promote or demote AI models for inferencing without a full dependency on data scientists or ML engineers. Let's understand the statistics about model ops. Published in the current article of Corinium Intelligence 2021. So enterprises are now scaling artificial intelligence capabilities. So when it comes to AI initiatives, where is your company? So that is the survey where all businesses use units using AI regularly is around 19%. So still people are using artificial intelligence models in few of their business unit testing. Around 60% of the companies are using it, and 21% companies are only in a pilot AI initiatives mode. So AI models are deployed in a range of environments. Where are your AI models executed? So most of the people are deploying their AI models on AWS or Google Cloud. Some are still working on premises and few are working on Azure and other cloud services. So a survey on what type of models the company use for AI initiatives. So 67% of machine learning models are used, 54% are rule based or heuristic models, 46% are graph models, 34% are linguistic models, 26% agent based model, and 25% are only traditional model. Enterprises are also creating model operator roles, means who is responsible for 24 cross 7 operations and monitoring of models in a particular company. So 64% of the time IT operations team is responsible. Whereas in few companies 62% of the times data scientist team is responsible, whereas 60% model operators and model engineers are responsible, and 26% DevOps teams is responsible for operator roles. So thank you for watching this video till end. If you have any queries, please let me know in the comment section.